For example, in the Talmud, we find this statement, "Blessed art thou, O Lord, who has not made me a Gentile, an idiot, or a woman," in the Talmud. And in Corinthians, in the New Testament, women should keep silence in the churches. They are not permitted to speak, but should be subordinate, as even the law says. If there is anything they desire to know, let them ask their husbands at home. It is shameful for a woman to speak in church. The Christian theologians condemned women. Tertullian, in the 2nd century AD, condemned woman for the crucifixion of Christ, because he said that women have their nature originating with Eve. Eve seduced Adam from the exalted purpose of his life. This gave rise to original sin. As a consequence of original sin, Christ had to be crucified and descended into hell for 3 days. So he blames womankind for the crucifixion of Christ. And a passage from Tertullian says to women, "The sentence of God on this sex of yours lives in this age. The guilt must of necessity live too. You are the devil's gateway. You are she who persuaded him whom the devil was not valiant enough to attack," and so on. One of the church councils in 585 AD said, "If women have souls, they must be inferior to those of men, like the souls of beasts." The record of Islam, as it deviated from its original teachings with its rise of ecclesiastical structure and theology, is no more exalted than that of Christianity. Generally, contemporary Muslim theologians have formulated a view of women which is based upon 3 principles. One, that biological differences such as menstruation cause inequality of women in relation to men. Secondly, that the male sex drive is uncontrollable, and hence women should be secluded in everyday life. And thirdly, that the male has authority in the home. So we find with the resurgence of Muslim fundamentalism that present-day Islamic law is becoming more and more discriminatory towards women, not only in their seclusion, in the use of the veil, the restriction of rights of education, but in the legal structure. For example, in one Muslim country, today, if a woman accuses a man of rape and it's not proven, she herself is then charged with adultery. I read recently about a blind, pregnant teenager in a Muslim country who was sentenced to 15 lashes and 3 years in prison because she was unable to prove that she had been raped. Difficult to prove because she was blind.